How to do things for cheap. So basically today we're going to be talking about one event I went to, and basically it was a Krav Maga class. Now what is Krav Maga? Basically it's a type of martial arts um, style that is for practicality purposes. And specifically it's for any type of armed combat, whether it's a gun or a knife or just an unarmed person coming at you, how to disarm them, how to deal with them, and so forth. So I went to this class for free. It was an introduction class, and this is an illustration of um, if you don't have a lot of money, how you can start uh, thinking smarter and doing a little bit of research and finding ways to entertain yourself or better yourself without spending too much money. So this was a great find. Basically, what it was, um, sometimes martial arts classes and MMA classes and other types of classes, basically, they recently just opened up a studio or place, or perhaps they've been open for years. This case, this one was open for years, and they just wanted to promote themselves. So they do these weekly or sometimes bi-weekly classes for free for people to spread awareness, and they want you to bring friends. So this is a great way of bringing friends and also just learning something and having fun as well, and something that's very practical and useful for you. So this was the first time I actually did any martial arts, and it was awesome. I came into it and it was a great experience, honestly, and I learned a decent amount, and I was very surprised coming into it because I didn't think I'd have so much fun doing it. And I was just really excited about it because it was like, yeah, I'm actually learning something practical. This may be very helpful one day. If not, I look really cool just doing this stuff. And so, you know, I think it's, for a lot of people, we don't have a lot of money or we just want to spend smartly. And I think this is one example, if you guys have lost hope or whatever, that these things can be done. And so how it works is basically you can keep coming to these free classes until, I guess you get tired of them or it's just like too simplistic. And so I think it's very interesting. It's not a end-all solution, but it is one thing to fill up your time that you can't just really get anywhere. And it's something that's actually of value to you, and they're giving it away for free. So the only thing would probably be transportation costs, which I think are fairly minimal, and it's a great learning experience. Here's where it gets interesting though. So as far as meeting people goes, here's my assessment of it. So people want to know, is this good for meeting people? As far as this specific type of thing goes, and I think this can apply to other things like yoga and so forth. First off, it's more personable, and by that I mean that you are actually interacting with other people. In my case, I interacted with just one other person and the instructor. We paired off, and I was with this girl, and so the thing was, it was mainly focused on the training and what you can do. And there is like a little bit of time for small talk if you're really sociable, and so forth. But again, it reminds me of uh, ballroom dancing club in college. So basically, you were so focused on the dancing that it was just very tough to even start a conversation. And oftentimes, if you tried or you were like, so where are you from and that sort of stuff, it can get very weird very quickly because again, you're so focused on doing certain things. It's like um, even like casual small talk is just like, well, whoa, this guy's coming off a little bit strong here. So again, there's that. But I do think especially if you start going to actual classes, not these intro classes, and you recurrently see these people daily, because the actual classes are they're daily or every other day, you can start forming a group bond with these people, and usually that means you can really become friends with them and meet them before class, after class, talk with them in class. And that's what I saw, because a lot of the people there, it was a small class, about 6 or 7 people, and I don't know what it is. It's maybe it's just my geographic area. It's just like you have a lot of these small classes, um, whatever you try and do. So basically, though, it was a small class, and it seemed like some of these people were actual people who had paid for classes, and so they went to this intro thing, and then they went to the actual class afterwards, and some of them seemed like decent friends, and they knew each other, and they made jokes and stuff while we were learning these techniques. So it's quite fascinating, and I do think, depending on how gregarious and social you are, and how funny and witty you are, um, I think for sure, while you're training with someone, um, you can develop a bond. So if you're more on the introverted side, you may have to work on that a bit to really get it out there. I realized I was kind of that way. I didn't want to come off too strong initially. Um, so I just sat back and enjoyed the class. And again, I definitely think it's one of those things that can be useful, especially if it's something you like and enjoy, and you're looking for someone who either has these values or has a certain drive or work ethic and is doing something or pursuing something that they're very passionate about and you're also interested in. And so this was a very small class, and I went into it, not expecting nothing other than a good session, perhaps meeting some people. And I was thoroughly surprised. Okay, so first off, I went into it, and um, basically I saw a lot of people that were doing this kickboxing boxing class, and they were like middle aged, and I was just like, oh shoot, and so um, again, I was just like, okay, there's a lot of girls there in that kickboxing thing, and um, so long story short, it was just like I was kind of like shoot because it was like okay, as far as any chance of meeting people, I don't think so. And there's people in the lobby, and it was just like okay, shoot, it's one of those things. Oh well, at least I'll have a good time possibly learning the self-defense, and so went to this thing and. Basically, it was a fun time, and I guess uh, I was surprised because in the class there's actually like two girls there, no, three girls, and um, one of the girls, she was not stereotypic, like traditionally that attractive, and I don't know what it was about her, but I guess it was just how she was like really into the martial arts and her matter of fact way of talking. She seemed pretty attractive, which was very surprising. I wouldn't suspect that to be my type of person. Maybe I've changed. I don't know what it is, but it's quite interesting. I guess it was just the fact that I had met a lot of people, a lot of girls, and this, most of them, a lot of them are just not athletic at all, or they have no agileness or any sort of utility with self-defense at all, and they're just like these like complete like dolls, and they don't can't do a thing. And I was just like, this is really cool. This girl really knows her stuff. So she was kind of like an instructor. She knew much more, so she was teaching me a lot. And I was a bit on the shy side, but um, it was a fun time. And again, it was awesome because you get to do a lot of things, grappling or sparring with girls. I think it's hella fun. And on top of that, yeah, it's quite interesting. If you guys want to know a bit more about her, uh, she dyed her hair a certain color. I have a suspecting feeling that she probably likes some sort of niche anime. Girls don't like dye their hair that color unless, I mean, most of them who do, they're into like anime. I don't know what it is. It's a stereotype and assumption, but oftentimes it's true. And again, for me coming in there, like again, I'm not really, it's whatever. She's just a girl. So, um, if I get in comments like, oh my goodness, you should have gotten her number, you should have gotten a girlfriend or gotten her out on a date. It's like, chill out, dude. So again, it's a fun time and it was great. And so I left that, and perhaps I'll go to another one. I don't know. Again, It's one of those things where it's really just a promotional thing. And I asked, and you can go to these, and they, in this case, they had them weekly, 2 times a week. So I'll probably go again next week and so forth. So it's a very fascinating thing. Again, um, not really highly conducive for social interactions, to the extent where you can actually talk with this person, get to know them, sort of thing. It's a lot of just like focus on this sort of thing. There is a little bit of room for like maybe side banter and so forth. And so just giving you a little bit of assessment on how it is. So yeah, it was a fun time, and honestly, like yeah, pretty cool. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, check that out. And again, just as an example, this was something where, um, I after searching up a lot of things, I was starting to feel like, okay, um, maybe I can't find much that's free. And basically, what I was using was Meetup.com. Basically, what it is you can find groups of interest where you can meet people. And as far as this goes, I actually found another one, and this one is a actual MMA place that just opened up, and they also have these like free introduction training events. So this just goes to show you that there's more than one. Having said that, the drive to both of these took a decent amount of time, so it was like honestly almost 25 to 30 minutes of driving, which isn't bad for me because I listen to audiobooks in the car, and that cultivates my mind as well. But just showing you, like, for me, is a bit of a stretch. It may depend on your geographic area, whatever. May require a bit of digging, but again, it's free thing, it's fun, and you can potentially meet people. Obviously, depending on the studio, maybe if it's a MMA club at your school, it can be different. It may be much more informal, and therefore it may allow for a lot more um, time to bond or talk to people, or they may invite you out after the training. It all depends. And again, you never know unless you show up. Again, I remember like signing up for it in school, but I don't know what it was. I guess I was very busy, and I just had the feeling based off like I guess the photos or whatever, that it was like all guys there, and so I wasn't really super inclined to go, and I was really busy, so ended up never going to this MMA thing, even though I should have, because it was like free training, and on top of that, it was like these. I literally asked them like, "You guys seem pretty advanced. Is this like beginner friendly?" And they're like, "Yeah, just come on in. We'll teach you everything." And I never went. I was just too busy. So that's that. All I gotta say. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.